All right. Good evening, everyone.
I'm sorry, excuse me, Ken, just 1 minute, please. The YouTube is firing up right now. Thank you.
Looks good here, Amy.
Does?
Yeah, I'm having live on YouTube and recording to the cloud.
Here we go then. Okay. All right, Ken, you're in.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us this evening. This is the town council meeting for Monday, September 21st. So this is the meeting that we started to have last Wednesday, but had technical difficulties with Zoom. So thank you all for rejoining us this evening. We'll be using that agenda that was for the September 16th meeting. The East Shore Town Council is meeting via telecommunications pursuant to the State of Rhode Island Executive Order 2046, dated June 12, 2020. A reminder that town councilors will be recognized before other participants. Please do not speak before you are called on. Push star 9 on your phone to raise your hand. The chair will address you by name or by phone number. Please wait to be recognized by the chair before you speak. Push star 6 on your phone to unmute, speak, and star 6 to mute when finished speaking. And that's kind of important because if you leave your phone unmuted, then a lot of noise in the background comes in and when it's unintended. Please remember this is a public meeting and the discussion will be through the chair. So please don't just jump in. Warden's report for this evening. I will note that the seasons have changed and we're obviously in the fall mode, both weather-wise and also island activity-wise. As I started the meeting last Wednesday, I'll remind everyone that the staging has begun for the reburial of the cables at the town beach, and the north lot will be used completely to stage materials and machinery, as well as a majority of the south lot. There will be a small section of the south lot open and then walk over the dunes there. But those parking lots at the town beach will be used for the staging of the reburial project, which is very important, and we do want it to happen. So please curtail from using those areas. There's plenty of parking, as everyone knows, along Corn Neck Road and also at Scotch Beach and Mansion Beach. As I said, the season has started, the fall season, and we're underway, both weather-wise and people-wise in town. Still remind everyone, though, that people are still coming out and are still riding bikes and mopeds and driving around. So please be careful out there on the roads. Don't let your guard down just because we've switched to September. Please be courteous to everyone and do keep wearing masks in public and in public places and following all the orders and executive orders issued by the state, Department of Health, and the governor's office. Andre, do you have anything for us for Warden's report?
Thank you, Ken. Just something brief. Ken, on behalf of us all, I do want to wish you and Marley a very happy 40th wedding anniversary. I know that happened this week. 40 years is a very long time. And, well, won't say too much, but congratulations to you both on that. Raised a wonderful family. And just want to, I want to know if you danced at your wedding to Diana Ross's Upside Down, because that was #1 on the Billboard chart at the time.
I did not.
Well, congratulations to you both on that. And that's all I have this evening. Thanks.
Thank you. I had the hair for it at that time, but I didn't dance like that. So,
didn't we all?
Yes. Thank you, Andre. Thank you very much for the well wishes. Next item on the agenda listed is public input. If anyone has anything they'd like to bring to our attention this evening that's not on the agenda later, that's just a time opportunity to bring it up at this point for a limited amount of time. Does anyone have anything for this evening? Seeing no hands raised. Seeing no hands raised, I'll move on to the agenda. First item on the agenda is to discuss and act on a proposed extension of the 2017 agreement between the town of New Shoreham and the Block Island Recycling Management, Inc., pertaining to the operation and maintenance of the transfer station recycling center. This is, as indicated in the agenda item, this is a discussion of that contract. We do have a letter dated August 21st from Block Island Recycling Management, and I believe Sean McGarry is with us this evening. Block Island Recycling Management, Berm would like to formally request the New Shoreham Town Council extend our current contract, which ends in November, for another 3 years. Berm thoroughly enjoys our service to the town based on our performance. We feel performance during these pandemic and economic hardship, and we would be happy to discuss it at a council meeting. Sincerely yours, Sean McGarry and Michael McGinnis. Mary Ann, did you want to start the discussion as town manager?
Sure. We went out to bid 3 years ago, August, and in the contract that we provided as we awarded the bid 3 years ago was the opportunity to extend this contract for 1, 2, or 3 years. At this point, I am recommending that the council does extend this contract for another 3 years. I have, even in my short time here, I have heard a lot of positive feedback of what is happening at the landfill and the service that they are receiving. So at this point, I think it's a good partnership with us and the folks at the transfer station, Rhode Island Recycling Management. So I would recommend that the council approve a 3-year extension, subject to terms and conditions as outlined.
Thank you, Mary Ann. Sven Riesem?
Yeah, I would second that opinion. I think Sean's done a really good job of managing rates as well as keeping an amazingly immaculate transfer station, especially if you go in early in the morning, and great work. The other thing I would like to add, though, many years ago during a capital review, there was discussions around the building and repairs needed. So I think maybe at the next time we have Sam Bird on, we can try and understand where that falls and how that's going for facilities, because repairs to that building are needed. Thank you.
Thank you, Sven. Chris Willie?
If I recall, not only the building, but isn't the scale scheduled for replacement as well? And if we're going to award the contract for another 3 years, I think this is the opportunity to look at what I think Sam brought up, is making that reconfiguring the transfer station to be a little more user friendly. And I know Sean has some suggestions as well, but if we're going to go through the trouble of and the expense of taking time with the building as well as the scale, why don't we do it the right way the second time around, so to speak? And if this contractor is going to have it for another 3 years, let's seize that opportunity and do that. Meaning, let's not put a scale back or a building back in the same spots if it's not the best spot to do it. So that's my 2 cents.
Thank you, Chris. Sean, did you have anything you wanted to add on that? Sean McGarry?
Yes. Thank you for your great reviews, all of you. Like I said, it's an honor and a privilege for us to serve the town and the townspeople as the managers of the transfer station. We've been doing it for 22 years now. And it's just an honor to have you renew my contract. Thank you very much.
Sean, did you have any comments you wanted to make about Councilman Willie's discussion of the reconfiguration down there, or do you want to save that for a later time?
I think it should be a discussion. That facility was built in 1988. A lot has changed on the island since its original configuration. I think we should have a discussion about what the future is for the facility. It's going to take a different traffic pattern to handle the volume that's coming into the facility. The facility doesn't have the capacity to handle the current volume. And going forward, I think the town has to plan what future development of that should look like.
Okay. Thank you, Sean. Any other comments or questions from the council?
Ken?
Martha, go ahead.
I'm just seconding whatever everyone else has said. I still remember what that place was like. And anybody who does remember what that place was like when Sean and Mike took it over, and it was a real leap of faith. They convinced us they could somehow clean it up, and I don't think anybody thought they could possibly do what they said they were going to do in the time they said they were going to do it, especially. And they did, and they've kept it going all these years. And I think we're very fortunate.
Thank you, Martha.
That's all.
Thank you. Mary Ann, did you have anything you wanted to add at this point?
Not at this point. What I'll do is I'll get together with Sam and also Sean and discuss further regarding the building and the scale and things of that nature.
Okay. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll make a motion to, I'm sorry, Councilor Marola, are we prepared to make a motion to renew this agreement this evening, or is there anything else that needs to be done?
Nope, you're all set to go.
Great, thank you, Catherine. I'll make a motion to renew for 3 years the agreement between the town of New Shoreham and Block Island Recycling Management pertaining to the operation and maintenance of the transfer station recycling center.
Second.
Second by Chris. Willie, any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, Andre?
Aye.
Chris?
Aye.
Sven?
Aye.
Martha?
Aye.
I also vote in the affirmative. The motion carries unanimously. Congratulations, Sean, on your hard work, and obviously it's paid off, and we'll look forward to working with you for another 3 years.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda to receive a draft management agreement between the town of New Shoreham, New Shoreham Sewer District and New Shoreham Water District, and discuss and act on possible changes. We do have a copy of that. Actually, we have a copy of the previous agreement in our folders. Mary Ann, was there anything on this that's going to be recommended for changes on this?
Not at this point. I don't see any recommended changes at this point with this agreement.
Okay. Anyone on the council have any questions or concerns? Or comments? At this point in time, we don't have an action notice on the agenda to act on this. I believe we usually have the meeting with the sewer district prior to the signing of this contract.
Yes, that's
In
right.
October.
Sorry.
Yep. Thank you, Martha. Okay. Well, then that will obviously we'll be ready for that meeting then, based on our lack of concerns tonight.
Excuse me, Ken.
Yes, Catherine.
The agreement is self-renewing unless either party gives notice that they don't want to renew it. So if the town council does nothing, it just keeps going from year to year. The only reason we would ever need to sign something new is if you're changing something in the current agreement.
Okay, so no action is needed then.
Correct.
I'm sorry, I stand corrected. Thank you for bringing that up. Very good. That makes it even easier. The next item on the agenda will be to announce boards, commissions, and committees changes. And that's just tonight. We're just announcing that we have received a resignation from the Motor Vehicles for Hire Commission from Vin McAloon. And we will we'll be advertising this open position and taking up considering a replacement in one of the October meetings. As I said before, I'd like to offer our thanks to Vin McAloon for years of service on the Motor Vehicle for Hire Commission. We certainly wish him well. I know he's been under the weather a bit this summer and has not been able to drive, but we certainly wish him well on his recovery. And we'll have to try and find a replacement moving forward. Sven Riesem?
Did we also receive a letter regarding zoning from Robbie Kloster? I thought we did.
We did, but we're not doing any appointments tonight.
No, I'm just making sure it was received. Thank you.
Yeah. Any further comments or questions?
Okay, just want to echo your statements about the service that Vinny's put in over the years. It's unfortunate to lose him. But you know, everybody just kind of comes and goes, I guess, but he's been there for some time. And I personally, I really appreciate the time he's put in. Hopefully somebody will, we do have a letter from, of somebody's interested in that, but you know, Vin's been there a while, so thank him for his service. Maybe the town clerk could send a letter, you know, stating our thanks for that.
Absolutely, I'd be happy to.
Thank you, Molly.
Good idea. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is the town manager's report, both an update and discussion of ongoing public works projects and an update and discussion of administrative projects. Mary Ann Crawford, I'll turn it over to you.
Great, thank you. My report this evening to you is also written. You also already have a copy of that, but I will go through it at this point. Finance attached, please find the financial update through the end of August. I would advise that these are preliminary seasonal revenues subject to change once the final numbers do come in. For under the police department, I also attached, you can find the data from the New Shore Police Department. I thought it was best at this point to provide information dating back to January to start to provide some kind of perspective. With that said, I have not as of yet had time to discuss the raw data with the chief, Carlone, and his staff, but expect to in the coming weeks. The chief has stated that he has asked the state police to provide the citations, issues, etc. during the weekends when they were on the island. The library staff has launched several new programs while revitalizing existing programs. Staff has been extremely creative and responsive to the island needs under the current situation. Congratulations to Kristen and her staff on receiving the Island Treasures Award. Dylan Chase, superintendent of the sewer treatment plant, forwarded me the most recent COVID-19 analysis report for the New Shore Raw Effluent composite sample collected back in August. Dylan reports the virus was not detected in that report. As you're aware, on September 8th was primary day. Molly reported we received 115 mail ballots, 128 voters at the school, and 13 voters at town hall, the emergency precinct, for a total of a 17% turnout. Thank you to Molly and all her staff going overboard to ensure the safety of all during that primary. The following is a brief summary that was provided to me by the Recreation Director. COVID presented many challenges and continues to present challenges to the Recreation Department. They did manage to provide a plethora of programs and services to our visitors and communities this summer. Thank you to the rec staff for their dedication and hard work this past summer in managing families' concern and equipment challenges. The town beach was open with full lifeguards, rentals, concession, and provided and proved successful. COVID-19 protocols were followed, included separate entrances and exits, mandatory mask wearing inside the building, appropriate informational language, frequent cleaning of restrooms daily, as well as deep cleaning at night, deep cleaning all rental equipment, and enforcing social distancing on the beach and pavilion. Camp Mohegan was opened and followed all COVID-19 protocols with a limited enrollment of 15, including counselors, mandatory mask, and hand sanitizer. The camp moved entirely outdoors for the season, and enrollment for 8 weeks was full. Adult sports, the adult basketball, soccer league, they were canceled for the season following phase 3 guidelines. Beach volleyball and slow pitch softball both took place with the shortened season. Rec board was scheduled to meet on September 15th to discuss the upcoming school year. Typically at this time, 4th and 5th grade students would be traveled to Narragansett to participate in the youth soccer league. However, Narragansett has canceled their youth program for the season. We will be discussing the youth, the Recreation Commission and the staff will be discussing what they could possibly do with the youth soccer program here on the island. Under administration, I've met with a number of stakeholders and staff in the last 2 weeks and more to follow. All have been very welcome in planning and collaborative planning in to maximize town resources. I met with Dr. Walkop. He informed me of the plans to renovate and expand the medical center. A capital campaign is currently underway for the project, and our town facilities director, Sam Bird, is a member of the medical center building committee. I received a memo for Superintendent Michael Convery regarding a cost associated with reopening of schools. The school's initial expenses are estimated in the ballpark of about $87,000, subject to change in the coming weeks. The majority encompass funding for extra custodial personnel dedicated to cleaning the building during the day. The school will also receive approximately $27,000 in ESSA and CARES funds to offset these costs. We'll work with the school to source other funding if available. Thanks to the ongoing effort of Emergency Management Director Bill McComb, the town received 5 pallets of disinfectant. 1 pallet was delivered to the school, the remaining distributed to the medical center and other town facilities. I did speak with staff regarding possibilities of porta-johns at the southernmost part of the south parking lot of the beach in the next 4 weeks. They advised me at abundance of caution, a lack of clear cleaning protocols for porta-john expenses and upkeep. The staff elected not to locate any porta-johns this past summer. I agree with that decision, and the town will not be placing porta-johns at the beach for this fall in the southern parking lot. Finally, although my tenure with the town has only been a few weeks, I'm appreciative of all those who had a hand in providing services during our busy summer season, complicated by the constantly changing and challenging of COVID-19. It was very stressful on every person, families, and business, difficult, no doubt, and we all are not done with it. We must continue to remain vigilant to declare victory in the coming months in celebration with our seniors and our health challenged islanders. Our volunteer rescue, fire, community service workers, those who volunteer to give out masks, all town employees, utility employees, Rhode Island State Troopers, Dr. Walkoff and his staff, and anyone else I failed to mention. No matter how small or trivial, every single person had a significant part. Let's keep on top of it so we can celebrate a remarkable accomplishment, hopefully in the very near future.
Mary Ann, any comments or questions for the town manager at this point? Sven Reeson?
I want to just thank Mary Ann for diving in and having, I think, met with all of us at least, and really just sort of embracing the island and her family being here. And we're very, very excited. At least I'm very, very excited. I hope I can speak for everybody, but it's very nice to have you on board. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Andre.
Thank you, Ken. Marianne, just under Sue or Dylan Chase, how long will Dylan be testing the effluent into the season?
I met with him, and we didn't get into specifics as to how many more times he would do it, but I think he intends to continue doing it in light of folks getting back to school and things of that nature.
Okay, thank you. And Rec Board had a meeting scheduled on September 15th. Chris, I don't know, Marianne, is there an update on that to add to this, or?
Dave just, stuck his head in my office and said that they did meet, and they are discussing possibly what they could be doing in the fall for sports for the kids.
Okay.
Some of the programs that they're going to try to do this coming fall.
Okay. And just so to get it out into public, maybe we have advertised a part-time position in the clerk's office. I think that's something that we should get out there so everybody knows that's posted. The clerk's office has certainly done yeoman's work along with this rec department and along with all of our departments. I know the challenges that they've all had, but I just want to mention that and get it out there that there is a part-time job with single benefits posted in the clerk's office if anybody's interested in that. And I think that's all I have on top of that. Marianne, I want to thank you for joining us and jumping right in, just like Sven said. In your final comments on your report here, your very detailed report, which I think we all appreciate. It's about everybody who stepped in this summer and, did their part. And the only thing I would add to that is that, the people who stepped in that we don't know who they are and did things for the betterment of the town. And, there are people like that out there, and we know who they are. And we certainly appreciate their efforts and what they do. So, no, I just want to thank you for everything. And I'm glad to have you.
Thank you, Andre. Marianne or Dr. Workup, I'm wondering if you discussed having a conversation with Dr. Workup about the plans to renovate and expand the medical center. Will that be something conversation will be having with the town council at some point? Or just an update?
I can chime in there. Thank you, everyone. This has been an ongoing project that we've been planning for approximately 2 years now. It was put on hold in the transition from Dr. Clark to myself. Susan Stover is reinvigorating the planning. We will have renderings for the town to review, and as well as potential donors. My understanding, we should be in the next several weeks, have some renderings. Capital campaign is underway under Susan Stover, and we'll have more town input as well as renderings and input over the fall.
Great. Thank you, Dr. Workup.
Sure.
I guess in light of the town manager, as part of the town manager's report, one of the things that was covered was a discussion with yourself. Did you have anything you wanted to bring to our attention at this point, since we have you on the dais this evening?
Things are going well. We certainly transitioned into the fall weather. We're getting back to more PCP care rather than traumatic injuries. We had significant reduction once the state police came out, so we appreciate all their efforts and the efforts of our New Shoreham Police Department. We did have a bit of a blip over the weekend. We've had 5 injuries with 1 fly off this weekend, but I mean, accidents will happen, but certainly a much improved last several weeks. I think we're at a total of 62 moped accidents, but we're gathering that data as we've mentioned before, and we've reinvigorated the 3-year study on moped related accidents. We'll have that for you soon.
The accidents, those moped accidents?
Yes, 5 additional moped accidents since Saturday and 1 today. 4 Saturday, 1 today.
That's disheartening. Thank you, Doctor. Chris Willie?
Can we have, Marianne, can we have a discussion on maybe an opening schedule for town facilities? I mean, the school's open with a lot of parameters in place. And I know a lot of this has to do with the COVID-19 restrictions and how it's rolled out in the future, as far as, I don't know if there's a phase 4, I can't remember anyway. But anticipating if and when things like the library or town hall will be open in some capacity. If we have any idea, can we just get that out to the public as soon as we can, just so we can kind of wrap our head around how we're moving forward. I know the rec department is trying to do that with things like the rec center, which doesn't look feasible at the moment. And most of their focus is on the outdoor recreation, understandably. And the library's done an excellent job with supplementing the lack of a library per se with some pretty inventive programming. So I congratulate Kristen and her crew as well. But do we have any idea when we can move forward with meeting in person maybe, or opening town hall, etc.?
So I just want to be sure that folks understand that although town hall is not what we call officially open, we're not allowing the public in the building. Public business is taking place. The building inspector is meeting with contractors. Permits are being issued. Marriage licenses, they are applying online. They are also setting up appointments and meeting with the clerk staff. Currently it is outside because the clerk needs to meet with the bride and groom to finalize their applications. Tax payments are being put in a Dropbox. Sometimes someone will walk up to the window and say they have a tax payment. So we're allowing them, we meet them, we take the tax payments. If someone knocks on the door, we are answering the door. So town service is going on. If there is a service that you folks may know or hear about that residents are concerned about or not receiving, please either let me know or call the department and let the department know. So the next step where I think what I'm hearing from Council Willie is allowing the public back into the building. And what I think we need to start looking at, I need to work with Sam Bird on that. We may need to put some petitions up, and we need to decide the protocol of when they come in. They'll come in through the front, maybe enter and exit one way. Restrooms, are we going to open the restrooms or are we going to keep them closed? Some town halls that just started officially opening in the sense of allowing people in, they're not opening the restrooms because of the necessity to clean them on a continual basis. So I'll be happy to look into that and work with staff in the next few weeks if we're looking to allow people to come back into town hall.
If I may, isn't that part of the, let's just take the vault. As I understand it, the vault is problematic.
The vault is problematic, and there's a couple of different opinions out there and information because we started gathering that. If we let someone in the vault, then no one can go into that vault for 3 days. Everyone has to stay out of it. I've heard information where it was longer than 3 days. So that is one of the biggest issue that we do have. And not only if we allow people in it, then our staff can't go in it for the 3 days also. So what we're exploring is allowing by appointment only access to the vault on Fridays, closing Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and then staff will be able to go back in on Tuesday.
Now that isn't the vault, isn't that particular part of the clerk's office, so taking up a lot of their time is vault access?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, they already have enough to do, and now they have to access the vault for everybody that wants access to the vault.
Yep.
So I want to make
copying
that
information and stuff like that.
right. Okay.
However, with that said, keep in mind, one other thing is that the clerk's office will be implementing an automated system in the next 2 to 4 weeks,
Okay.
which will help with that also. They may start going live with that as early as this week sometime. Testing it.
My last question on your report, can we have, I appreciate the detail with everything you provided, with the numbers that we got specific to the police report. It would be helpful to actually have something to compare it to, meaning 2018 and 19 perhaps. We usually do get a report that has an annual comparison. I know those numbers that were provided were for this summer. When we do discuss it, it would be nice to look at previous summer traffic as well. It'll be helpful in a number of different ways, just to help us wrap our head around what happened this summer and traffic patterns, et cetera. So
how about if I do from June, July, August, September, the last 3 years?
that'd be great. I would appreciate it.
Andre Boudreau.
Thank you, Ken. Is Dr. Walkup still here?
Yeah.
Oh, good. No, Dr. Walkup, I'm going to just return to the medical center and whatnot. And, while we have you here, we're talking about opening the town hall, and there is talk about allowing public into town hall, whether or not we get there sooner or not. I was kind of asked the same question. I had the discussion with Mary Ann. It's just that, the bottom line is between the difference of opening up, other buildings, say like the school would be like, these are people of the public and, coming into town hall, whereas the school is, maybe a unit of people that spend time together every day. So I think that is an important distinction to make between different buildings being open. But Mary Ann, I'm trying to understand with the whole vault thing, because I know the clerks have had to do the real estate work. Is that correct? And do the research for all of this. And I know we have a part-timer coming on. And I'm trying to understand the extra burden the COVID has put on the clerk's office. And Like I said, I know we have a part-timer coming in. Is there any, do they have the staff that they need? Is basically, I think, what I'm trying to get at. And, it's basically what I want, just basically, that's the question is, do they have the staff they need right now? And if not, is there plans on, getting there in a reasonable amount of time?
So what I've done, soon after I started, I had a conversation with Molly. Currently, there's a temporary person that's working between her office and the building inspector. We have advertised for both positions. We're looking to fill those both positions. When we fill those both positions, I will then have a further conversation with Molly as relates to her staff. And she does have a retirement coming up of an employee. We want to get this part-time position filled. And then once that's filled, I said to Molly, I'd be more than happy to advertise the full-time position that's being retired and have an overlap for a few weeks. For a number of reasons. That allows for transition, also allows for extra help. If Molly wants to jump in at this point, she can, but that's where we are with this at that point. Once we get the staff in there and take a look at it, then we'll know better the needs and the staffing needs and the workload.
No, I just want to get clarified on that. I thank you so much for your input. Like I said, I know, the vault has been, people have needed to get into the vault, but they can't get into the vault. So it lands on our clerks to actually do the research for this, which, I mean, I know I know they're busy, the busy office anyway. So like I said, I just want to get an update on that. And I just want to return to Dr. Warcup. I did have a question for him. I didn't ask it before, but Doc, are you there?
I am.
Going into the fall, it's the end of the summer. We return, I'm going to return to, where we were last March and April, where we were, we're getting back to just maybe seeing the same people in town. I guess in colleges, they call these the family unit, the people you see all the time. And I'm just wondering if you have any advice, going into the fall, not to let anybody's guard, to let your guard down and to be vigilant, as Marianne says in her report. But is there any kind of something you'd like to share with the community new or something like that, or just, flu shots, when will they be available? I know that, that's been a big topic lately, about people getting them. I just want to give you the opportunity for an update on, basically community safety and COVID, so we don't let our guard down going into the October, when, many people do think that cases may start going up as people start going inside.
Sure. Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. I think we're starting off with a very good place. The island community tends to be and continues to be very safe. We did have a 10th COVID case several weeks ago, but it was quickly mitigated, communicated with the Department of Health, and the patient was off island within a day and had no contacts to be concerned with. I do think as we open up and our new comfort levels, as you mentioned about town hall, there may be an opportunity to think about a station where somebody gets infrared temperature checks if they come in, or somehow attest that their health and wellness is quite good. That might be something the town hall would like to consider as they open up. We have a great relationship with the school. We've already started to work our COVID plans. If any student or teacher gets sick, I think that's a rhythm that's working for both entities. It's probably something we could also extend to the town hall, that if a town employee became sick, we could offer them within 36 hours some rapid testing. Since the reopening Rhode Island really put the emphasis on the rapid test machinery, which we've had since the very beginning. Since the Department of Health has changed its stance on nasopharyngeal swabbing for any negative, it really opens the door for us to have rapid assessment in a very binary way. You're either positive or you're negative, and we take that as the test rather than waiting an additional 4 to 5 days. It's a stark change from how the Department of Health acted over the previous 20 weeks, but it does give us opportunities, given that we're fortunate to have one of those machines. The DMAT facilities are allowing us to maintain the trailer, so we have a safe way to assess individuals with upper respiratory illnesses while maintaining the integrity of the core clinic without worrying about contamination of the core clinic. So there's a lot of opportunities. I think we're well prepared. I think our community has really taken it to heart how to protect themselves and the community. And as long as we stay on that path, I think we'll do well.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Andre. Any other questions or comments from the council? Martha, do you have anything?
Yeah, my only concern, and this has already been stated by other people, to say it a little bit differently, I do think there's a feeling that we got through the summer, we made it, and that was the whole staying vigilant piece of all of this. You know, heck, I haven't been off the island since December, which is beginning to make me crazy. Even I'm getting stir crazy. But I did want to ask one question, because it seems like we're talking about the library. When is the library? Do we have any kind of plan on the library actually opening to people? Or is that just as up in the air as everything else? I mean, when we get down to a narrower population.
I can follow up on that with Kristen and see what her intentions are.
Because it's all good and well to have all these programs online, but some of us like to read books.
Thank you, Martha. Anything further on that? Thank you, Mary Ann, for your report.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Walkup, on, for that too. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
The next item on the agenda is under correspondence. The town has been sent notification as an abutter for a September 23rd zoning board public hearing application for a special use permit for employee housing and relocation of a single family dwelling, Plat 6, Lot 123, Dodge Street. Hereby notified that the application has been scheduled for public hearing on September 23rd at 6 p.m. at the Town Hall, East Shoreham. The zoning board will be meeting via Zoom, pursuant to Rhode Island Executive Order 2025. That information is available on the town's website, on the zoning board's meeting notice, for any of the council or the public that want to take a look at the plans and at the information available. Council have any comments at this point? Andre?
I'm sorry, Ken, I just had a question about number 4 under the town manager report. I mean, is ongoing public works projects and administrative, is that part of the report that we have, or is that something else? Mary Ann had something to say about those.
That was part of the same report, I believe, was it not?
Yes, that was part of the same report. I think in the future, what we'll identify that as the town manager's report. That way it'll cover everything, whether I have public specific projects or not on it. I think that'll be a better title for it in the future.
Okay, I just want to touch base. Of course, you've been here for a little while. I'm just wondering if you've been familiarizing yourself with the list that was left behind from, the past town manager with the ongoing town projects and the, projects that are 5, 10, I'm just wondering if that's the list that you're working off of, because to me, that's important that we don't, we go in between town managers, some things can get lost in the shuffle. And I think that was a good comprehensive list put together. I think a lot of people worked hard on that. So just want to make sure that was the guidance document on that. And if you had any questions on that from any of us, feel free to reach out.
Right, thank you. That's the list I'm working off of. What we do is we've now put in a spreadsheet, and that will be the list I will update the council with as we start moving forward with some of these projects.
Perfect, thank you. Because like I said,
so you probably see that also every month now. And maybe
perfect.
Different meetings, and may do off months. Off, I may do one meeting and the other meeting. So I haven't quite decided yet.
Great. No, I appreciate that. I just, when we have the hiccup and we have to switch gears, and I just want to make sure that's on track. Because thank you,
Councilman Willie.
Yeah, just a note on what Andre said, that I think, and tied in with the library, I think one of those projects was the windows, if I believe.
Yep, windows staging is up.
Okay, that was going to be my question. Are we able to complete that before we even entertain that place being open? Let's get some of the stuff done while there's nobody there. So, okay, you answered that question. Thank you.
Any further questions or comments? Thank you, Mary Ann. The next item on the agenda was listed as minutes, but we do not have any at this point in time. I'm sure we'll have some for the next meeting, though. The final two items on the agenda, one is receiving an update from the town solicitor regarding McGinnis versus Town and Shoreham et al. And the other is to receive an act on recommendations regarding potential property acquisition. These items will be held in closed session pursuant to Rhode Island General Law 42465A2 and 42465A5 for discussions. We have no public announcement on these prior to those items this evening. So I'll make a motion to go into closed session pursuant to Rhode Island General Law 42465A2 and 42465A5.
You need a second? Second?
Yeah, seconded by Chris. All those in favor, Andre,
Aye.
Chris,
Aye.
Ben?
Aye.
Martha?
Aye.
I vote in the affirmative also. We will be going into closed session. I do not anticipate we'll be making any announcements or any votes in closed session. But if we do, we'll be coming out of closed session to close the meeting out if anyone wants to stick around. So we'll be going into closed session. Those in the council and participants will have to shut down and go into your other entrance to Zoom. So good evening, everyone. If we don't hear from you again, have a good evening and stay safe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Amy?
They're just at Tigerfish at the moment.
Chris, you may want to hit mute.
Hello.
Hi again.
That was easy.
It was nice and easy this time. Thank you, the staff, for that. It's seamless tonight.
Let's see. I think we have everybody here. Oh, okay, we're in open
Well-
session again. I'll make the announcement that no votes were taken in closed session, and no announcement to be made at this point. And I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second by Andre. All those in favor, Andre?
Aye.
Ben?
Aye.
Chris?
Aye.
Martha?
Aye.
I vote in the affirmative also. Meeting adjourned. Thank you all. Thank you, Mary Ann.
Thank you. Thanks,
Aye.
everyone.
Good
Thank
night,
you.
everyone.
Stay well.
Good night.
Thank you, Marianne.
Thank
Appreciate it.
you. You're welcome.